welcome back. I am in a Facebook group called Acrylic Pouring with Friends. It's a group by Tracy Reed Designs, and it is another fantastic group to participate in. And I just found out she has a monthly collaboration. So of course I had to jump in. I love collaborations. They are so much fun. This collaboration involves the tree ring technique and doing 3 of them on a canvas with metallic paints. I used a 24 karat gold metallic color, a copper, antique copper, and an antique bronze on a metallic black base. These were the colors that were recommended for this technique, and I am so glad I did it. I loved how these turned out. So to mix my paints, I used Deco Art pouring medium, and this pouring medium is a thicker pouring medium. I did have a hard time getting my black metallic to mix, but I just kept at it, and I did add a little bit of water just to help thin it down a bit. I will list all the products I am using in the description box below. Let me know if you've used metallic paints before. This is the first time I've used all metallics on an art piece. Usually I can do 1 or 2 colors, but I haven't done all of them. And this was a definite learning process and a lot of fun. As I mixed my paints, I did write them down on paper so you can see my consistency mix. For the black, I used 1 part paint to 2 parts pouring medium, 1 part water. And then the metallic colors, I did 1 part paint to 2 parts pouring medium. Here is my little list if you would like to take a screenshot. Okay, here are my colors. This is the black. Getting a little close up so you can see my consistencies better. My other camera, I need to figure it out, so I'm sorry. Hopefully this will help though. That was the metallic black. This is the antique bronze. And this is by Deco Art. This is 24 karat gold Deco Art. And copper, again, Deco Art. And then this is just regular bronze, folk art. And I pretty much mixed my metallic colors, 1 part paint, 2 parts pouring medium, Deco Art pouring medium. This black is Artist Loft metallic black, and this is more of a professional grade heavy body, where these are more craft. So these are a little thinner to start. This is heavier to start. So I use 1 part paint, 2 parts pouring medium, and I mixed it about 1 part water until I got it to this consistency, because the paint mixed with the pouring medium, it was still just really heavy and gloppy. So it's all good. Now I'm getting ready to do my triple tree ring on a 10 by 20 canvas. Let's start the fun. Once my paints are mixed, I got out a 10" by 20" stretched canvas. I got these at Michael's, and they, right now, as of the date of this video, they do have these in bulk buy packs, which is completely awesome. I think I got 6 of them for $12.99, and then I had a 20% discount. I am using a split cup for this technique. Usually I will just mix the color or layer the colors into a pour cup, but this split cup is, I love it. It's a lifesaver. It does keep the colors separated longer, and it is easy to pour, except with this cup, which I forgot to do. I filled it up way too high. You can't fill this cup up high, or else when you pour it out, it just slides down the side, which you'll see shortly here. I start by adding my black paint to the canvas, and I'll just use my hand just to spread it out. I like to use my hand because then I can feel on the back side the canvas whether or not I've got it or not. And I am leaving a nice healthy layer of black paint on here. The idea is when I do my tree ring pours in 3 separate puddles, that as I work it, the black will go in between the colors. Okay, after I'm done wiping off my hands with a paper towel, I will grab my pour cup that I overfilled, remember? And here you can see it just slides down the front base. It still pours nice, which is good. It was just a little bit messy for me, but that's okay. Here is the second puddle, and here is the third puddle. And you can tell I made it too big. It's not grabbing that black paint in between the puddles, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. I'm adding some black in between. I didn't like when I added this black how wavy that line is. I poured it too slow. So I'm gonna tilt it. We're gonna see what happens. As I'm tilting it, I am just going up and down slowly. And it is stretching perfect. The colors are amazing. I love these metallic colors. It's starting to look like a wood effect. Now I do think I did tilt a little too much off because I could see the black shadows underneath it, which is okay. It gives it more of a grungy look, and being that this is my first one, I'm fine with that. Look how pretty it is. I am loving this technique, these patterns. Look at those lines. They're so pretty. So now that I did my first one, I want to try it again. So I'm adding some more of my metallic paint back into my split cup and putting down a second 10-inch by 20-inch canvas and repeating the process, adding the black. So I ran out of black that I mixed, and I did have some more that I used in a previous project with this metallic. So I just added that into it instead of mixing more paint. I'm using my gloved hand again to push the paint and spread it around the canvas, making sure I got all the sides, the corners, making sure the paint is as even as possible on the canvas, not too puddly in one spot or another. And after I clean off my hand with a paper towel, then I'll grab my split cup and start pouring the tree ring puddles. This one was easier to pour because I didn't fill it so high, and I'm adding more black in between each puddle just to help the black stay even with a clean line in between the puddles. This is working great. I love it. Now it's time to tilt, and the same process, just gonna go up and down slowly, moving the paint. I love watching these lines stretch. It is so cool. And I love the tree wood effect. It is so awesome with these metallic paints. I can see doing so much with this technique. And you can embellish it later after it's dry, or just leave it like this. It looks cool. Now here is an up-close preview of the wet paintings. Just a little close-up so you can see what I mean about it being shadowy. I tilted a little too much off, but they look stunning. Now, here are the dried pieces. These dried beautifully. The second one I did crack. And I think I tilted more off of this one than I did the first one. So when it dried, it didn't have enough paint to grab onto, so the paint just kind of split and cracked, which I kind of like, especially with this technique being wood, because wood looks distressed and it just looks amazing. I love the cracks. One of the suggestions in the group I'm in when I shared this photo was maybe to embellish the cracks like you would do in real wood and maybe put some turquoise inlay or some other color. So that is a thought, and I think that's a great idea. I might try that. So let me know what you think about this technique. Let me know if you've tried it, if you've used metallic paints all in one painting before. I had a lot of fun with this. Thank you for joining me with this painting, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!